Hi you guys, so I'm hanging out here by Stinky the van and this is just a little update to let you know what's going on. Alright guys, so here it is. We are talking again about Stinky the van. It's been a big saga in our life right now, and it's also part of some of the projects that we have been doing around here. And well, it's just been kind of a rough, bittersweet kind of thing. If you guys have been watching, you know that we were gifted this van. I would never ever, after experiencing these types of things, I never will probably ever buy an RV ever again. I love the RV lifestyle, and I love camping out and having a vehicle to bug out in whenever I feel like it, and also to be able to use as a guest home when people show up. However, I think that for me personally, a DIY RV is the best way to go. I can make an entire channel by itself just for the reasons why I feel like DIY is so much better. But I don't have time for that project right now. Maybe someday. But anyway, this van is a really good survivor. It's actually, the body is really straight. The paint isn't that damaged, except for on the hood. It, as a classic car goes, has a lot of potential. It literally can run. Ron has started it up. I have a video showing this van running. It does have a lot of potential. It also is a roller, which means its wheels are not seized up or locked up. It can roll back and forth. It can be towed. And it doesn't just turn over by itself. It actually can run. So that part of it has a lot of really good potential. And the people that owned it, it seems like, until the older gentleman that had it before passed away, it seems like it was very well cared for, and he was smart enough to remove the battery out of the underneath the hood to make sure that it didn't sit there and just rot and then like corrode the frame. So he did a lot of preventative things for having it sit there in long-term storage. So it is in very good shape. However, after asking for some comments about what we should do about potentially cleaning off the spray foam insulation that is what I believe the cause of the chemical smell inside the van. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who responded to my ask, because for the last two videos before this one, I was asking for anybody that had any idea what we should do or has any experience installing or removing spray foam, and somebody did answer my call, and he basically said what I was fearing the most, and it sounded like they knew what they were talking about, as if they had done it before themselves, possibly, you know, restoring boats or whatever it is. But they literally said that we needed to wear hazmat suits with a certain type of canister on a respirator and all these different things that you need to do to protect yourself, and also how to remove said foam and wash off residue, and what to do with the resulting goop that comes off of it, and literally told us to use fungicides and not to use chlorine, because that was a really bad thing, which we wouldn't have done anyway because I hate chlorine, and to do it at our own risk. And so the detail and the depth of, and also the simplicity of the comment led me to believe that this person was a professional and has probably done this many times in their life, and they know what they're talking about. But even so, I was already erring on that side of, well, it just seems like a job that's way above my pay grade anyway, and something that I do not desire to do or risk my health doing. And also, I think that I don't think these days that kind of safety equipment is that much more expensive. However, it's just another thing that we have to spend money on that we don't have right now. So we have decided that we are going to put Stinky up for sale. Hopefully somebody out there has the knowledge and the wherewithal and the ability to do something with him that we cannot do, because the only other alternative is to remove the high top and do something else on top, which sounds like fun. However, now what do we do with this old yucky high top that nobody's going to want? It's going to have to go in the garbage or something. So there's that. Also, we have a lot of irons in the fire all the time, and right now we're still, even to this day, because you know all camper vans are a work in progress. We're still working on the brown van, even though we use it all the time, and as our deck is totally rotten, and so Ron has been taking that apart and getting it ready to be redone. So there's that. So there's just a lot of things going on right now. Plus, I think that if we don't go on another adventure for real here pretty soon, I, for one, am going to go crazy. I cannot stand to stay in one place for very long. I literally need to go and do something fun. So I guess what I'm trying to say is our story with Stinky the Van is going to be over pretty soon. And you know, it's like really bittersweet because, I don't know, even though I didn't ask for Stinky, I kind of like Stinky. And he just really reminds me of vans that I've had growing up and in my adult life too. And if you guys have watched my channel from the very beginning, you know that I had a white van that was a Dodge high top, just like this one. It wasn't when I got it, but I turned it into one. And, you know, it just kind of feels kind of bad. And everybody liked my old van. And when I sold my old van, for various reasons, you can go back and watch all those reasons because I put them on my channel. But it's almost like I sold the goose that laid the golden egg. And so I feel really bad, and I feel almost like we're having to do the same thing over again. But I don't think that it's worth our health to try to risk doing something we don't have any idea how to do, that we've never had any experience with, especially when it's something that toxic. If it was something like, you know, oh, I don't know, like building a trailer into a gypsy house, which is something I've never done, which is something I've always wanted to do, that's a little bit different. That's not gonna potentially like wreck my lungs or something like that. We would probably tackle that, but I don't know. It just seems to be too toxic and too dangerous and too scary. So yeah, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But we got other vans, and we got one other van, and we have my Toyota that we can make into a camper, and we also have, you know, an old trailer that we've been looking at to see if we can do something with. And yeah, so hopefully we can figure something out, and when we do, we'll put it up on the channel. And yeah, but as always, I'm always open to what you guys are thinking and feeling about all this stuff. And if you have any ideas, and if you think of anything, just please put it in the comments and let me know. And thank you so much, as always. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great summer so far. And yeah, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.